Hello and welcome again to the EPL Fanbase Show, the show that connects us with the happening in the English Premier League. My name is FM Steve and I'm joined in the show by football pundit Josiah. Josiah, how are you?
I'm very good, Steve. How are you?
I'm fine. Good to see you again. So let's try to review matches that were played at the EPL match day 13. Let's move to Emirates. Arsenal, they've had a very bad form in recent past. They welcomed high-flying Southampton, their old boy, who was actually returning back to his parent club, Theo Walcott. No mercy for Arsenal. 18th minute on the clock, Southampton leading. And actually, you could see the face of Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta. He just knew that this guy, and maybe we played with him. He's the one losing my job. But impressive performance from Arsenal, considering that what they've been experiencing and coming from a goal down to equalize. You could see a slight smile from their captain after equalizing. So, what do you have to say about the fixture? And with this form Arsenal is, because they played well, but still maybe a draw is not enough. Having lost like four games at home in a row, and the upcoming fixture this weekend they play Everton, then they visit, then they welcome Chelsea. So, what do you have to say about what you witnessed in that fixture?
Quite impressive from Arsenal, like you've said, and even in the previous fixtures, some of them I didn't feel as if they played really badly, but at the end of the day, they didn't score or were outscored, and it made the whole performance look worse. So this was not a bad performance. I actually would argue that if they didn't get that red card by Gabriel, I think they would probably have won the game, probably, knowing that Southampton tend to play the first 60 minutes and then kind of, capitulate at the end.
Tired legs.
Yeah, they get tired. So when the red card came, it was Southampton to win the game. Good defensive, strategy by Arsenal. They were able to hold on, and Holding almost scored by hitting that woodwork. He almost scored. So for me, it was, for Arsenal fans, they should probably look at it and say, we probably would have won the game. We deserved the 3 points and so on. But it was a good game to start a run of good results. But now the problem is the fixtures that are coming with the Everton and Chelsea on the line and a Man City in the middle for Carabao Cup. I don't think it's the best fixtures to work on for Arsenal, I would say. But a well-deserved 1 point. I actually didn't think they will get any point, considering it was Southampton and the way Southampton has been playing, and even the difference on the table at the moment. But yeah, well-deserved 1 point. He has to crack his head now how he's going to win that game against Everton, because Everton is going to come flying hot.
And also, maybe the lineup. He took a bold move and made some changes. Do you think those changes worked for him? Because he rested Willian, he rested Lacazette, and Zaka was, of course, was suspended, as well as Bellerin. So do you think these changes maybe worked positive for Mikel? Because you can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't use the same method and expect a different result. So probably the changing of the lineup could have worked positive for Arsenal. Now there is this match.
I think it worked.
Yes.
So sorry, I think it worked for him because the assist was from Ketia. You could tell, for me, I think the player that I was impressed with and he should be given run of games was the right back, Maitland-Niles. I felt as if he had a very good game. And if you give him 4-5 fixtures or games consistently, I think he would solve some of the problems we have had with Bellerin on that side. So for me, that change was positive. At least try something new. If you go down knowing that you have tried your best.
Yeah. The only thing that he needs to address is the indiscipline issues, because you could see even Danny Ceballos. Danny Ceballos had a fantastic game, by the way, but he had to be substituted because of you could see he was already on yellow card. And if you look at those cards, the card for Danny Ceballos, it's something that could have been avoided. And the same could have been said about Gabriel. If you look at their first yellow card. So I think Mikel also needs to address that indiscipline issue at Arsenal. Yeah.
Stupidity. For me, Gabriel's red card, was.
Yeah. Gabriel's red card was just stupidity. Now let's look at this match. Sheffield United versus Manchester United. Now, to be honest, yesterday I watched the game and I was impressed. I was impressed by brilliancy. Paul Pogba was at the top of his game. And actually, this shows why Paul Pogba still remains one of the best. Look at the way Sheffield were playing. They were playing more of, they were using offside traps. Look at the way Rashford scored the first goal. Brilliant. Just killing the offside trap and scoring. Look at the second goal from Martial. And then look at the last goal from Rashford again. It was so nice, taking advantage and scoring. Manchester United winning their sixth fixture away from home. I think the first ever in the history of the Premier League. After conceding the first goal. Now, they've scored in all those fixtures, I think they've scored not less than 3 goals. Which is a very quite good, apart from just winning, it's very good. They won Brighton 3-2, they won Southampton 3-2, they won Newcastle 4-1, they won Everton 3-2, West Ham 3-1, yesterday 3-2. But how come we are not talking about Manchester United to be a title contender? Because everybody talks about home advantage. Do you think this Manchester United, if they get back the Old Trafford, the Old Trafford theater of dream where people used to fear Old Trafford, are we likely to see the GGMU this season? Because they are proving that they can score over 3 goals away from home. What do you think makes them not to score at home, make Old Trafford to be the theater of dream, the way we all know it, and then they push for the title?
So I have a lot to say about Manchester United. I don't know whether you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
There is a lot to say about Manchester United. Yes. So, there is so much inconsistency in that team in terms of, what to expect. I saw a banter somewhere saying, I don't know who said this, that Manchester United's attack can win you the league, but the defense can get you relegated. And I think it was on point, so much on point. The saddest thing about it is it's like we never learn. It's like the first 15 minutes, the players are warming up. And I think what is most frustrating to the side of Manchester United fans who believe that Ole should leave the club is looking at the potential that that squad has, the potential that that team can do, knowing that, you know, away from home, he has had 10 consecutive wins. If you run it back to last season, he has been winning those games, but at home, it's different. And like for Liverpool. So that inconsistency is something that is, you know, should be studied. I feel as if Manchester United should be a case study somewhere for how you can win away games and not win home games. How you can concede that early to Sheffield, who have not scored from open play in, you know, they had only one goal from open play since we started the season. And against that game, there were two from McBurney. No disrespect to him, but, you know, it's McBurney. So for me, it was a shocking result in terms of the goals that we conceded, because they are very avoidable. So for me, if they approach that game, I mean, the next fixture against Leeds, the same way they approached Sheffield, I think we are in for a shock. I don't think you're going to go down 2 goals, or I don't know how many goals, to Leeds in the first half and think you're going to come back. Personally, I don't think so, with the kind of momentum and stamina that team has. So for me, it's for Ole to look at himself, review the team, choose a squad that can play. And yesterday, I listened to Tim Sherwood and Owen Hargreaves, and they raised a very, very, very good point. And their point was, you've been very poor defensively, you've been very good attack-wise. Now, avoid these 2 number 6s that you put here, where you put Fred and McTominay, and, you know, put Pogba on the bench. Avoid that. Bring in Pogba. And before I mention Pogba, put 1 number 6 and the 4 players at the back. Now, tell them not to do much in terms of attack. Let them concentrate on defense. Now, from the 5 players from Pogba going forward, combine Pogba, Bruno. Now, front, whether it's Rashford, Cavani, Greenwood, Martial, Mata, James, whatever. But the 5 of them, the ones are on the field, are gonna figure it out. From the goals that we saw them scoring yesterday, they figured it out. They figured out to score goals. They had runs. They expressed themselves, and I'm sure game by game, against any team in the Premier League, that front 5 can score so many goals. So for me, it made a lot of sense, because when we attack, we tend not even to concede, because the game is being played on the other half. So if they can work on those inconsistencies and just avoid parking the minibus, because they don't really park the bus, and, you know, in January, look for a center-back pairing for Maguire. Personally, Lindelof is very good going forward, which I understand and I appreciate. He had an assist yesterday. But defensively, a defender should defend, and for me, he does not defend. For me, that he makes him look worse. I know Maguire had a mistake here and there and has mistakes here and there, but for me, he needs to get a center back who is left-footed for him to play on the right side. That goal we conceded, the first goal when he was passing back the ball, you could actually tell that this is a right-footed defender who is playing on the wrong side and wouldn't even turn. And, you know, he's a bit rigid. He's very good in playing the ball. His aerial balls, he's good, but he needs another pairing if we are to win the title or challenge the way you're saying. So for me, Ole has to do something about that back line in terms of especially the center backs. And then it was a gamble with Dean Anderson. But anyway, he deserved to play. I didn't think Sheffield would score 2 goals. But yes, Sunday is my birthday. I'm hoping that Ole is gonna realize this and win against Leeds. But if we approach the game the way we approach Sheffield, I can dare tell you that it will be a 5-4, 6-3 scoreline from both teams because their style of plays are very expansive. Yeah.
Happy birthday in advance. Okay, thank you very much, Josiah. I wish you a big day. I hope that your team, Manchester United, will give you a good birthday present by getting a positive score against Leeds United. This has been the EPL review show. For the fans watching us, you can always catch us with us on our YouTube channel, the EPL Fanbase Show. Thank you. I'll see you again for the preview, match day 14. Cheers. Adios.
Adios.